Good morning, St. Lucia. I cannot get over this view.
What if I told you that one small Caribbean island holds centuries of naval-battled secrets, world-class shopping, and addictive island sweet treats you must enjoy? Let's explore St. Lucia's Pigeon Island, Rodney Bay, and more. Let's go!
It is just so stunning. So that out there is, out that way is the Caribbean Sea. And then this is Margo Bay. You can see the white building right there. That is where there are a couple restaurants. The coffee shop is over there. And then this right here, that's Zoetry. Zoetry is one of the fancier all-inclusives on the island. But you can just see how calm this bay is. And then there's our little taxi going across, water taxi, that takes us back and forth to the dock where our car is. And our car is right back there. That little spot there is a parking lot, and that is where our car is at. So we can get back and forth. Now, people will probably ask, how late does the ferry go? It goes fairly early, I believe at like 6 a.m. Even earlier if you pre-arrange it. Let's say you had an early flight, so you could pre-arrange it to get off even earlier. But then it also goes fairly late. I think the earliest night is Sunday, and that's even like at 10:30. So it's just been so quiet here. There's been nobody around, and I finally heard voices this morning. I think the office is getting open. There's the maintenance guy is below us. And these pesky little birds, though, where this guy, they are so, if you're trying to eat out here, they will harass the crap out of you. I'm not eating out here. I don't have any. I have my coffee. That's it. That's all I have is my coffee. So I don't know why they're bothering me right now. But look at this. They're harassing me. So that's the only downside of sitting out here on this beautiful balcony. We have our tables and chairs and stuff, but these birds are relentless, like relentless, just completely relentless. So, but I cannot get over this view. It's just so amazing. Today's plan. So yesterday was Sandals, which we absolutely loved. I learned so much about that resort. Pretty much I've decided anytime I'm traveling, if I have the opportunity to request a site visit or reach out to a destination like the tourism authority or destination management company for some sort of site inspection, site visit, something like that, I'm going to do it because I learned so much about the resort to help you guys as my future clients understand the differences and the benefits, and to see the rooms and walk the property and get the feel. There's just nothing that compares. But today we're going to just head up to Pigeon Island. So I know on Sunday we drove up there. That was really more just to kind of see where it was. So we knew on yesterday how to get to Sandals without any issues. But today we're actually going to do Pigeon Island. So we're going to go walk the park and go get the views, probably spend a little bit of time at the beach. And then the plan is to stop in Rodney Bay and kind of walk through the shopping area and things like that today. That's our kind of our major plan for today's adventures. So that's where we're at for the day. And I think we're going to have a wonderful day. It looks like it's beautiful and sunny again. So working on this tan, man, I tell you. One thing I have learned about this island in particular is very buggy. There's lots of bugs, especially where we're staying. We're at the Sandals yesterday, not so many bugs, but it's not as jungly, whereas this is a lot more in the jungle a little bit. So there's a lot more bugs, a lot more mosquitoes, and no matter what I'm doing, I'm getting bitten. So I put bug spray on, I still get bitten. They just really like me though. So if you're not allergic to bug spray like I am, you should be fine. Just make sure you pack your bug spray, or it picks them up as soon as you get off the plane, because you're going to need it. The last thing you want is bug bites everywhere. All right, well, I'm going to enjoy my breakfast now and get back with you later. All right, so here we are today at Pigeon Island. As you can see, the board's right behind me. Entrance is right there, and then parking is right over here. So this is right next to the Sandals Grand St. Lucian that we were at yesterday. So we're gonna go in, take a little tour, do the little hike, see the museum and everything, go up and see the view, and then we'll kind of determine what we want to do from there. It is pretty hot. We got a little later start, plus there was some traffic getting up here. So the entrance fee here is $10 per person, but it does include a guide to help you navigate the area and understand the history of this unique little spot here. So let's go figure out and enjoy and explore Pigeon Island. All right, so that's where we checked in, and then there's a map right there where the people are standing. The museum is the pink building up there, and then there's all the ruins, which we will check out on the way back. We're gonna head down this way and then go up to Fort Rodney first before we maybe take a dip. There's two beaches here, and we will likely make use of one of those at least to just cool off for a little bit before we continue on. All right, we made it almost all the way. The actual fort is just up a little bit higher, so we're gonna go there too. But we made it for the first lookout, and it has a beautiful view up here. Let me flip this around and show you the view that you are rewarded when you get up here.
Welcome to Pigeon Island National Landmark, a site that witnessed one of the Caribbean's most dramatic colonial struggles. For centuries, this strategic island changed hands repeatedly between the British and French as both empires fought for control of the lucrative Caribbean trade routes.
That is Sandals Grand St. Lucian, where we were yesterday. The overwater bungalows are those ones sticking out a little further off in the distance. And then these two beaches that you see kind of closer to me, those are the beaches for the Pigeon Island National Park. So that's where we're gonna go swimming in a little bit. But wow, what a view this gives you, and gives you a great overlook of the actual resort. So here we are at the very, very top of Pigeon Island. That is Signal Hill. We're not doing that one. This is the Caribbean Sea over here. And then, actually no, I lie. That's the Atlantic over there. And the Caribbean starts over this way. So this is kind of right where the Atlantic Ocean meets the Caribbean Sea. Right here at this spot. Because with Grand Lucian, what we noticed, or what we learned, was on the opposite side of the beach, that is the Atlantic Ocean. On this side is the Caribbean Sea. So we're on this little peninsula right between the two.
Today, you can explore the remnants of this fascinating history. Hike up to Fort Rodney, where the British cannons once defended these shores. The views from the fort stretch all the way to Martinique, the same strategic sightlines that proved so crucial centuries ago. Or wander through the ruins of the 18th century military barracks where soldiers lived and served.
All right, and this part right here is the museum. So after you kind of walk around everywhere outside, I recommend doing the museum last before you decide to hit the beach. Your entrance fee does allow you in and out access. So like we left our towels in the car because we didn't want to carry that with us. But then this is the museum entrance here with a few more ruins. You can see the big grassy area here. And lots of little pockets to have lunch, take a rest before you continue on. So there is a restaurant that's on Pigeon Island. However, it's closed for renovations right now. So in the parking lot, which is right behind me, you have these eateries here.
And don't miss the vibrant food truck area just outside the park entrance, where you can sample authentic St. Lucian cuisine and refresh with local drinks.
And then if you keep walking over here, where the flags are there, that's Sandals. As you can see, that's their dock right there for their boat. And that's where the rocks are. That's where we just were, that little beach. So those are your options here.
When you're ready to relax, the island offers 2 beautiful beaches, perfect for swimming and unwinding after exploring the historical sites. Pigeon Island perfectly blends Caribbean history with natural beauty, making it an essential stop for understanding St. Lucia's colonial past while enjoying the island's stunning present. Speaking of St. Lucia's present, let's dive into some shopping and retail therapy in Rodney Bay.
Hey guys, we're at the Rodney Bay Marina Mall here, and we're just kind of taking a break indoors. It's a little air conditioned, very hot outside. So there's lots of shops and restaurants in here. We're just kind of wandering through it and checking it out. There is another mall right across the street, so we'll go over there next and see what's over there.
The 2 indoor shopping centers offer a nice relief from the heat and humidity of the day, while allowing you to explore some of the options available for souvenirs. Ready for a sweet treat? Elena's is the perfect stop right in the heart of the shopping district.
So we've gone to a couple Massey markets, as you've seen, but now we're going to go to this mega one. So I am expecting it to be much larger. I've heard it's the biggest one on the island. So I want to see the selection comparative to the smaller markets that we've been visiting so far.
Massey's Mega, located in Rodney Bay, is more like a superstore. Think Sam's Club, Costco.
There's 2 rums made right here on the island. Bounty here is one of them. This Bounty is one of the rums made on the island. And then the other is Chairman's Reserve.
They even have some great local island treats. They have a large selection of everything you find in the regular Massey stores, just in larger quantities. If you will be staying on the island for a week or more, and you have access to kitchen facilities, Massey's Mega will be a great stop to ensure you keep your costs under control. Next up, I spend the day touring 4 amazing properties with St. Lucia Tourism Authority. Which one is right for you? Subscribe to find out.
Where are we going next? Let's go.